Hello, this is episode 2 of Repton 2 Fjord, and we start by defusing some potential traps on level 1 before we can get to the next teleporter. And now I'm on level 13, and there's a spirit circling that save point in the middle, so my first sort of long-term goal is to somehow guide it to a cage at the top left so it can go outside and then I can access the key. First, that little manoeuvre will help guide another spirit to a cage later. I'm clearing out that passage of diamonds so I can teleport behind the rock there and push it out, because this is the rock I need to use to guide that first spirit to the cage that the rest of the level depends on. Oh, it's a bit of working the way round, getting the rock in or down by one level at a time. So notice I killed the cracked the two eggs, but then kind of ran away and went the long way round behind that rock, but they were nicely trapped where I left them, so it was easy to kill them with the rock a little bit later. It's quite difficult to manage this level because you kind of have to be aware of most of the level at once, or at least a lot bigger than what you can see in the viewport at the time. It also reminds me a little bit of level 14 in Notebook, which I didn't like much, but this one I think is rather more interesting, certainly harder. So I'm just starting to get the spirit diverted away from the middle now. And again I have to keep pushing the rock down one level at a time. But now I have to be a bit more careful with my timing to make sure it's doing what it needs to do to divert the spirit. Now I've teleported to the bottom right, because I had to do that to make a space for the rock to go out to the next part. I'll just wait for it to come round and then push the rock in after it. Going to come by shortly. So now I just need the rock down on top of that teleporter to finally set it on its path to the cage. Saving rather a lot because it's a difficult level to manage. Now I can go out amongst the meteorites and work my way across to the key. Getting the key has freed up 2 rocks there. One of them I'd already taken away its support so it would fall where it's needed, or near where it's needed on the way to it. So I need to use both those rocks to guide the next lot of spirits through the middle to get that cage there, and another one a bit more to the right. I don't think those rocks are ready now. It's important to free up that bit of dirt there near the egg, because I'll need to push a rock in there a bit later on. There was still a little bit of work to do with the rocks. So obviously I need to connect that cage up as well. So time that carefully just as the spirits are going away from me, so I've got time to kill the monster just before they get there. I won't get the other lot yet, I'll wait until these have done their job first. So one of them's got a cage outside. Can't actually remember where that is now. So that's all of those dealt with. Now I think the next thing to do is let the rest of the spirits out. But I can collect a few diamonds first. Yet another save. And again I'm cracking an egg and leaving the monster trapped for now. So I'll be able to deal with it when I get the other side of a rock, but I have to go a long way round the level to get there. Timing's not quite so critical there, and then notice I pushed the rock back to block the entrance to that room, because otherwise the spirits will miss the bit I want them to get to. There's still 2 more cages. I have to do a bit more work to connect those up. I'm just waiting for the spirits to come round. Then I can open that bit up, because I need to use that rock in this room shortly. I wouldn't be able to get the top diamond if I'd left it where it was. Again, wait for that one to come round, otherwise he'll end up in a useless loop. But now we'll shortly get that last cage, and while I'm waiting I can clear up the rest of the level. It's often when you get to this point you relax a bit too much and do something stupid like go down under a rock. But, nearly everything's done now. So, that's it for this episode, quite a longish one. Back to level 1, and look forward to another episode shortly.